Hey, what's up team? So today we're going to be going over the patch notes for update 2.60, which includes some new Hall of Illusion bosses, a new weapon dyeing system, and some general bug fixes as well as a couple fixes to exploits. So I was literally in the middle of editing this video going over all the patch notes when they updated the notes for the missing gear. So it does turn out everything that we were waiting on is actually still coming. So that was kind of slipped in when I was mid-edit. Out of all the things to miss in a patch note, that seems like one of the most important ones. And a lot of people were kind of freaking out over the missing gear. But yeah, 2.60 isn't a Doomer patch after all, and it's going to be delivering the missing gear. Let's break it down. So first up, downtime will begin at 10:30 p.m. PT, 5:30 a.m. UTC on April 16th and last up to around 8 hours. And based on completion of additional maintenance tasks this week, the downtime may end significantly earlier. So finally in Herba Village, they've adjusted the voice line for the Breeze Line Manager to reduce the repetitive announcements, she says. I'm not sure why this wasn't addressed earlier, but it definitely seems like a bit of a cruel April Fool's joke. Next up, we have the Hall of Illusion. So the Hall of Illusion difficulty tiers have been reduced to 3 tiers from 5, and new Hall of Illusion bosses have entered the rotation. We're getting 2 new bosses, Variance and Marta, on April 17th, so right after this update goes live. So these bosses will now offer Nebula Island necklaces and belts as possible rewards, and the ring and bracelet accessories will return to the drop table when the prior set bosses return. After that, we have some changes to the Mirror Boutique, where we're getting the ability to dye weapons. While every weapon skin might not be dyeable right away, they're working on adding more to this system over time. So the Stormcaller, Abyssal, Sanguine, and Fortunate weapons will be first added, and this is definitely a nice addition to the game. I'd really like to see some sort of transmog system in the future, where we can take all of the existing weapon and armor and apply them to our character through the Mirror Boutique. I think that would really add a lot of customization, but this is a good start. Now we'll move on to some general changes. So here are the notes that were missing from the initial patch notes. The 3-star dungeon weapons have been added to the dungeon reward pool, so our missing Grey Eye, Bercant, Crimson, and Konzaizen weapons are finally being added into the game. And they're also available from the All Things merchant. This is a great change, where if you had bad RNG, you'll be able to pity these weapons now. I know a lot of people have been holding back saving up for these weapons, and are hopefully able to now finish some builds. The Nebula Island event schedule now runs off server region time, aligning bosses and other event times to the same day of the week for all regions. They fixed collision adjustments in the boss arenas for Dimensional Trials, Chapel of Madness, and Hall of Tragedy to prevent players from attacking with retaliation. So this was an exploit fix, coming a little bit too late, but at least they're addressing it here. Dominion and GVG bosses now give higher activity point values, and Peace Mode bosses give slightly less. They fixed an issue causing Daigon to not reset appropriately while attacked from higher terrain while no other targets were present. This was also a small exploit fix, where you were able to solo Daigon without taking any damage by bugging out his pathing so he couldn't hit you. So Wand Blessed Barrier, they fixed an issue causing the duration increase specialization to not function if it was used on a player that doesn't have the same specialization active. They've improved the text descriptions on several mastery nodes to better convey functionality, and in the Battle Pass they've increased the quantity of abundance fruit and mastery reports received from the Abyssal Star Battle Shop. So it does seem like we are supposed to have the full 1 hour time, as mentioned previously, when they split it up from 1 hour into 2 30-minute books and fruit. And in the last update, we were purchasing them for the same price, but only received 1 of each of these items. So it's good to know that it's still intended to have the 1 hour time just broken up. We have a couple exploration codex fixes here, and a few combat changes where they've increased the training dummy health values to keep up with player damage. They fixed an exploit with one of the Guardians where the buff would be permanently active until your character was defeated. We have a morph fix here, and a guild fix, where there was an issue preventing guild tags from being added or edited. We have a cosmetic fix, and a material transmutation fix. Moving on to items and equipment, where we just have some general bug fixes. And after that, moving on to UI, where we just get a bunch of general fixes again, where the most notable ones are for our controller players, where they fixed an issue preventing the settings menu from being navigated to while having the fishing rod equipped, and where they fixed an issue with the skill target preview. They've also fixed an issue with runes that was causing Korean text and incorrect runes to be shown when previewing another player's weapons. And that just about covers everything for update 2.60. The new solo dungeon bosses and dyeable weapon skins are a nice addition, and there was quite a bit of bug fixes and some exploit fixes in here, as well as some UI issues that were cleaned up. And of course, finally, we have all of the missing weapons now. So let me know how you guys are feeling about the new update. As always, thanks for watching. Consider leaving a like or a sub as it really helps out the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.